Hello all and welcome back to How Fred Does It. We're going to be working on the garage, doing a bunch of organization and just cleaning up and getting rid of stuff and making sure we can get the truck project in. So here's the 442 sitting in its home. Nothing wrong, just got it on a battery tender. Keep that battery charged up. But if you look at all this junk on these shelves, and come around over here, got my welder and the cab for my 65 Ford. It was my grandpa's truck. We're going to be bringing the frame in here, so we've got to find a way to get the frame in here and get the cab back on and get all this junk out of here. I got my camping trailer and all this mess. I'm going to get that moved out into my storage shed in the back. Get all these tools, all this stuff sorted out. I got the engine rebuilt there under the pink towel. It's 300 cubic inch straight 6 with a bunch of performance parts. So that should be fun when we get it going. But this first part here will be just kind of getting the garage reorganized. I already started on the shelves in the back there. Couldn't even get to my bench here a couple weeks ago. I should have took some pictures before, but got things cleaned up, a lot of stuff sorted out and in bins. I've been collecting bins for cleaning up, and got a bunch of my screws over there in the corner all sorted. Well, sorted into main categories anyway, and buckets will probably eventually get those better cleaned up so they're useful. But yeah, just got a lot to go through, a lot of reorganizing, and here's my utility trailer. I've done a video on that. It's full of all my winter camping gear, hot tent, wood stove, and all that. And I've also got to have room for all the bikes, my e-bikes and my regular mountain bike there. All my tools and all this stuff. My charging station. I'm going to get that all cleaned up and put in top of my toolbox. But you see over here, I got stuff stacked everywhere, camping gear. Just over the years, it's just kind of gotten thrown in piles while I haven't been working on projects, and even my toolboxes are just kind of a mess. So we'll walk through getting all that stuff organized and those shelves back there cleaned up. Half the stuff on those shelves is probably pushing 10 years old when I slowed down on my projects. So we've lost about 50 pounds here over the last 6 months. So getting some energy back. Need to get active again. So we'll do a series on getting the old 65 back on the road. We got some body work to do. Can't see it's all buried right now. I got a cab mount to replace on the passenger front corner, and we'll get it mounted back on the frame and get her back on the road. So this is just kind of an intro to the projects that are coming. I got some wiring to work on the old 442 here. So it's all factory wiring. I ended up replacing a relay at one point there for the ignition, and that's now I got to get that replaced with a true automotive relay now that we got it all sorted out and working. But yeah, so 455 in there, about 3,000 miles on it. Runs pretty good, W30 heads and W30 cam. So yeah, fun little car. It was my uncle's and then my dad's, and I've had it for a couple years now since Dad passed. So yeah, lots to get sorted, cleaned, stuff to go away, truck parts to get all coordinated and relabeled and organized so we can get the truck back together. That's going to be my new camping rig. You can see down there a little bit where I have replaced that cab corner. I've replaced both those cab corners and working on the front cab mounts. So otherwise it's in pretty good shape. Rust wise, just a few spots. But yeah, so that's the garage, that's the project, and more to come. So I thought I'd give you a little update after doing some work in here, moving some things around. I was going to hold off on moving the trailer out to the shed, but basically I just found that in moving things around, there just wasn't enough space to actually organize anything. So I have Pulled my metal table out of the shed here. It's standing up on ends. I need to get new casters for it. They're coming tomorrow. There's all my bins I've been collecting for organizing. But yeah, all of this, just got a lot to go through and clean up. And so we'll take you out to the shed here and show you what we got going out there. The shed is, I started working on it. I got a bad habit. I get into the project, I get all excited about doing the project and forget to grab the darn camera to go on out and, take some before pictures. So I started moving some stuff around, so it looks a little bit worse than it already was. But yeah, so this is the mess that I get to deal with and organize. And ultimately, that green camping trailer, we'll put a winch on that back wall and we'll tow it right up in here. The whole thing will fit right here on this left 3/4 of the shed, and we'll start getting rid of some of this junk in here and organizing it. So that's the first project, is get the shed sorted this weekend and get the trailer in here so I can keep working on the garage. Well, here we are after about an hour's worth of work, just organizing, moving things around, getting them stacked up. I got a spot here. The trailer is about 5 foot wide by 11 long with the tongue, so it should fit right in here. Might have to juggle the bikes and the lawnmower around a little bit, but for the most part, we should be able to bring it in here. This summer I'll have to pull it all out when I can have the area when it's not raining, nice day, and really sort through things. But basically we met the goal of being able to get the trailer out of the garage and able to work on the truck. So feeling pretty good. Got to get those upper shelves all cleaned and sorted out up there. I just threw all of the yard furniture, cushions and everything up there, so it needs a good cleaning. We can probably get rid of those sleds. I think the kids have outgrown those, but we'll do that stuff this spring when I can, gut this area and kind of start over and go through everything. For now, I just needed the room for the trailer to get in, and should be in good shape. Well, here we are, a little update on the garage. I got my roller bench in from the shed here. Got stuff stacked on it, still sorting. I got all my empty bins there for more organization throughout the garage. I got some more stuff organized up there on the shelves. The bench is pretty well clean. I got the truck out here, so you can see where I've been working on replacing the back quarter panel, or the back cab corners. That one's got a ways to go. I've still got some welding and then some grinding. It isn't beautiful, it isn't perfect. I'm self-taught, but we're getting there. This side is looking much better. So we've got that side pretty much done and ready to go. We got a couple little pieces to fill in here where that cab corner didn't quite match the metal that I had to cut out due to the rust, but I can put a piece in there and get that welded in, and that'll be done and cleaned up. A little dent there, but I'm not going to worry about that. Right here, got a little dent right here. Not going to worry too much about that kind of stuff. We're going to use a bed liner, basically. A lot of people are doing that Raptor bed liner, so I've got to pull this back window out and fix this edge a little bit here. This whole area, mice had gotten up in here when it sat at the farm and had nests up in here, and that rusted this all out. So I've rebuilt this whole panel, but I made this lip a hair long. So I've just got to pull the window out and trim the bottom of that, get a little more paint on it, and then that seal will fit up where it's supposed to go. So that's just more self-taught, more learning. But yeah, I rebuilt this whole panel. I made a wood form out of, there you can see where the top of the panel's been replaced. Got a little low spot there, but I made a form out of wood with 2x4 to match the piece that I cut out, and formed it around that 2x4 and welded it, and you can hardly tell that that whole top of that window's been replaced. So pretty happy with how that came out. I'm putting new cab mounts on the front. Oh, looks like I got a light burned out. So you can see the black there where I've put on the new cab corner, and I built this dolly with pins so that as long as I keep 3 of the pins in place, I can locate the other cab corner. So you see this side over here does not have the cab corner. It's just resting on the corner there. So when I get that ready, then I'll just jack the cab up a little bit, slide that new cab corner under there, pin it, and weld it in place. And then we'll be able to put this thing back on the frame, hoping to get this back on the frame in February. And then this whole area here will be filled with truck and frame. We're gonna nose it in there, and the engine stand will go right over the frame for now. And while I get the rest of the body work done on the cab, and then we'll get the motor and transmission mounted, and hopefully this spring or early summer when my brother comes, we'll be able to get the motor fired up. I don't know that she'll be ready for going out on the road, but yeah, it'll be nice. We've done a lot of cleaning, a lot of sorting, getting ready to get this in here. So there's the trailer I've been talking about. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I just put a winch in the shed so that I can drag that up into the shed with all my camping gear in it. And yeah, it's not very heavy, but it's too heavy to push up the ramps into the shed by myself. So we'll get that up in there. But yeah, I'm getting ready for a trip this weekend, so I got stuff stacked all over, getting ready to go camping. So hopefully the weather will, well, it's going to be nasty, rainy, yucky up here in Washington, all the flooding that's been going on, but I'll be in a trailer, so no big deal. But anyway, that's the update on the garage. We're slowly getting there. My next adventure is these shelves and all the truck parts, getting those all sorted and boxed and back in order as to when we need to put them back on the truck, and get things cleaned up and ready, water pump and starter motor and all that stuff for the truck, get it all cleaned up and ready to go back on and painted and get the motor painted, and lots of work. So yeah, we're getting there. It seems like I end up stacking more stuff in places while I'm sorting through. It actually in some ways looks almost worse than it did before, because I got so much more stuff out while I'm organizing, but that's fine. It'll all have a home as we get through the project. And it sure will be nice to have the old Grandpa's old truck back on the road. We're going to get it built with a flatbed. We got all the steel over here on the floor. Oop, gotta go the other way. So I got all the steel down there ready to build a flatbed. So we'll get us a flatbed on the back of this. It was a dump bed. They used it for hauling grain on the farm in North Dakota. But I'm just going to weld that some brackets on that tip portion of the frame just to hold it in place. And someday in the future, if I want to make it a dump bed again, I can go ahead and just cut those off, and all of the implement pieces that were attached to the bed to make it a dump bed will all still be there, and I can just put everything back together. But anyway, that's progress for now. We're getting there. It's a lot of hours just digging through and throwing things away and letting junk go. So I've been collecting crap for years, and it's time for it to go away so that I can actually do these projects. But that press over there, that's a 20-ton press. My grandpa started that. My grandpa Grannon started that, my other grandpa, years ago. And when he passed, Dad brought home all of the pieces and well, not everything was there. He had to get some additional steel and finish it up. But he finished that up for me and put it together, and we used that for changing some CV joints and U joints on my 2003 Dodge. And if you've ever done those, whew, you understand. It was a godsend to have. So that's not going anywhere. I use it once every 16 years, but when I need it, it is sure nice to have. So anyway, that's enough for today on the garage tour, and we'll keep you updated as we make progress.